Literally, I should have streamed last week, but I didn't because I am depressed. And I'm stuck here in almost probably the middle of nowhere. Actually, not really. I'm stuck in a very bad city, which I shouldn't be in. But me, not wanting to deal with my dad again, was like, you know what? I will go and do this. Because I'd rather get killed by a bunch of other people than my dad. Surprisingly. Though I think I shouldn't think that way. Yeah, and if you're wondering, I'm in the back of a car right now. I'm in the back of my aunt's car. I've been here for like 3 hours. She kidnapped me. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. No, my aunt. My aunt is working right now, and she sometimes just brings along me along with her for fun. Cause it gets me out of the house every once in a while, which is good. Cause I quote unquote need to touch grass. I don't know. Okay, so someone just talked to me. I don't know. I think it's someone who works with my aunt. She just hi. She just comes up to me and she says, "I bet you're very bored." I'm like, "Yeah, I am." She walks over to her car. And she comes back over and she's like, "Oh, well, at least you have the music playing." Because there's actually I can't tell if it's a fair or a parade that's going on, but there's music over there playing. You probably can't hear it, but I can very well. I was like, at least she's like, at least you have that playing. And I'm like, yeah, at least it's entertaining. Just, I found it weird. I don't get people talking to me often. And plus, an iHeart radio station is right across the street. So, yay. Yay. Hi. I'm in the back of a car. Don't worry, no one kidnapped me. I know I'm not in my room. Like I usually am. Which is weird. That I'm not. Yes, I'm very sure this is my aunt's car. I know for a fact. If I was not kidnapped, then why do I have a bunch of snacks and my phone with me? I don't think I would have my phone. I think they would take it away from me. But if I did get kidnapped, I'll tell you this straight away. My defense mechanism out of the box is to bite them. I don't know. I literally every time my brother tries to wrestle me, I just bite him and he's like, it hurts. Obviously, because I have very pointy teeth. Maybe they are. I don't know. I'd rather be kidnapped at this point. But I just do that on command because it's a way, and I do know some self-defense stuff, just a little bit. My dad also got me a taser and pepper spray, which is unnecessary, considering where I live. It's a very small town with few violence stuff. I mean, the last thing that we had that was major was like an explodey threat, like 3 or 4 years ago. I think, and I don't know who did it. They don't know who did it, but they literally put us in a freaking church for like a few hours. I don't know. I think we watched a movie. I think we watched The Grinch Stole Christmas and we had lunch in there, and they just treated it so calmly. Like, I would be running if it was real. Like, like, if an intruder's coming into my, which I doubt, because my school, if you don't know, all together, the high school and the elementary, we have like 400 students, which is extremely low. And that's because of the area I live in. It's a village, basically. But technically the town I live in doesn't have a school, so I have to go to the town next to me. It's only 9 minutes away. Like, and also, I have like 6 people on my bus, while everyone else has like 20 or more, because of the area they go into. And I am one of the oldest people on there. I feel so much power on that. I feel so powerful. What are they even playing? I can't even tell what songs they're playing. But there was also another thing, like back in elementary school. They thought there was, and I was in like 4th grade at the time. I was a kid. But like, they said there was like a gas leak or something, and they put us in another church. There's like 4 or 5 churches in the town, and it's weird. I have a very small town. If I could get an approximate number of how many people live in there, I'd guess around like, I don't know the census of it, but like, I know where I live, the town I live in specifically has like 240 people living there. And basically where I live is turning into a retirement area because there's a lot of old people. A lot of old people. Not a lot of young people. And I'm like, you know what? I'm surprised because I don't want to be here. I doubt anyone else does. I doubt anyone would have come here and would have raised their kids. Because it's just so small. It's such a small area. And no one knows the town I live in. No one knows. And our little mascot is a fish. A fish. I don't know. Listen, I think it's just because a religious community, honestly, because old people in their religion. Okay, if there's any religion I actually believe in, it's gotta be Greek mythology. It's the only one I can understand and like. And plus, I even did a project on it last year for my final in history class. So, you could say I'm sort of an atheist, really. I guess. I don't know. But my sister, she's so open about herself. She tells her opinions to anyone. I can't do that. I don't have that confidence. And that's why I think, why can't she be the older one? How come she isn't older than me? Because she acts so much maturer than I do. See, that is why I'm moving out of the country. Actually, there is a couple of reasons why I'm not gonna live in the U.S. anymore. There's a lot of reasons. I won't say them, but the government just is not my favorite people anymore. With all the crap going on. But just like, just I don't know. And I swear, we don't even have a football team. My school doesn't have a football team. We used to. We actually co-opt with another school, but then we don't anymore. We have golf, and we have cross country, and we have basketball. Oh my gosh. But basketball and volleyball are the most popular, freaking, sports in our school. And the amount of money that the principal, he just gives, to donate, gives for, sports banquets and stuff, it's just unreasonable. It's like, why can't you fund other sports? I mean, the golf team only has, 5 people on it. And the cross-country team only has, 15. Maybe. And we used to have a bunch of people on there. But then a bunch of seniors graduated the one year I was there. And it's just we're screwed. There's only 2 really good runners now, and I'm one of 2 juniors on the team. And the other one, he is the best runner on the freaking team. He is the best high school runner on the freaking team, and I'm just the slowest. I'm the slowest person on the team, but if I had a choice, I would have not done it. But, I've been forced into sports a little bit. So, and also, my coach's wife, my one coach, his wife makes these little plaques of how many miles you have. And I really want one. I really, really, really want one, but I just don't want my dead name on there, because I already see that crap enough. Everywhere. Because on our school devices, we have devices and stuff. They give the younger kids laptops, and they give us, the older kids, iPads. I'm just why would you trust us with iPads? Why? And nope, there's a piece of hair on my mouth. Oh, that's great. And your name is on it, so people know. And I'm just no one even calls me that. And that's the thing, a lot of people with me being trans, they're you probably would assume that everyone calls me by my dead name, but no one really does at all. No one. Not really, just only my family does. Well, only my my dad and my grandma and my grandpa and my aunt and my sister, they just do it out of making me so mad all the time. Like, everyone else calls me Sam. They know that I liked being called that. They know I do. No one ever calls me by my dead name, ever. And it's like, oh, and my grandma's like, well, I told her, like, that I wanted to change my name. And I'm gonna actually change my full name, like my whole name. Because I don't think I want my middle name as a middle name. And I don't want my dad's last name, because I don't like him, and I kind of want to put him 6 feet under. So, right now I do. But, you know, that's pretty much every day, actually. But, well, she was like, Sam's a boy's name. And I'm like, actually, it's a unisex name. It's a boy's and a girl's name, actually. Did you know that? Hey, look it up. I looked it up. I looked it up and I checked. It's a unisex name. Okay. Oh, don't worry. Some people think my mom entirely, like, left me, which is not the case. It's only because no one ever sees my parents, really, because I live with my grandparents all the time, and I think people assume that because people have seen my dad before. People see my dad, and my dad has a freaking tree company where he cuts down trees for a living, and they've seen my stepmom and my siblings, sorta my siblings, some of them, but mostly, like, the ones I live with. Woohoo! Go you! Band? I don't know. But I think they immediately assume, because they've never seen my mom. No one's ever seen what my mom looks like, except my support teacher, because my parents split up when I was super young, and my mom has only been to one event in my life for school, and that I think only one event, and that was my 6th grade graduation. She went to that. I remember that. She went there. Yay. But I doubt anyone would remember. Really? But I'm also kind of worried about my my one friend right now. Entirely because something, like, really bad happened to her recently. And she just found out today, and she's been really sad about it, and I'm just kind of worried about her right now. You know? Yeah, because I care about people more than I care about me. And literally before this, me and my other friend, we were just playing sea battles. We were playing sea battle. And, yeah. But I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be here. I don't know, am I? I mean, they do say that there's a twin of you out there somewhere in the world. They say there's at least one person that looks like you, and I'm just like, I don't think that's a good idea. But it's also like, you know, I'm graduating next year, which is crazy if you think about it. I mean, and I have barely been studied for my driver's permit, which I'm supposed to be. I have to get my permit, and I have to get a job next year, which is gonna suck, guys. Which means less posting than I usually do. Yippee! But I need to because I need to start earning money so I can get out of here. But I'm literally just gonna move out when I turn 18, which by the time I graduate, which I'll still be 17. I'm turning 17 this year, which is like crazy. I feel old, you know? And I would have to live with my family for at least 4 more months. My birthday's in September, so about 4 months, I think. And then I think I'm gonna move in with my mom, actually, cause she's supportive. And I wanna start transitioning, but it's like all the stuff with going on with the government and stuff. It's like, you kidding me, bro? Are you serious? That's why I'm moving to Canada. That's why I'm moving to Canada or Europe. Either one would be great. Either one's better than here. Probably they're better than here. Because, I don't know. I would just rather be anywhere but here. Just as long as they're not taking my rights away. You know. Yeah, snow, it's kind of off and on. We have been getting snow. Today it was raining, actually, quite a bit, but it did snow for a couple of days, and on Christmas, for like 3 days during my Christmas vacation, it was just a blizzard. Like, it would non-stop snow. Yeah, I don't like it. I think it has to do with climate stuff, you know, stuff like that. Hello, car, what's up, bro? There's a car behind me. It's driving. It's parking. But we really haven't gotten that much snow, because we usually get a lot of snow. And in PA, our weather is so bipolar. It's as bipolar as my dad is. Like, it'll rain for like a day, and then it's gonna be clear for like 3, and then it snows for like an hour or 2, and then it's just clear. Or in a sense, it can be really cold, like 20 degrees outside, and then, like, you know, a couple hours later it can be like 40, and then it'll stay like that for a while until then it goes up to 60. It did that. I remember it did that one time. Like, it was 60 degrees out one day, and I was like, it is nice. Doesn't mean I want to go out. Goodbye, good night. I'm gonna be here for another hour or so. I don't know. It's just staying there. I don't know. But it does seem like it's a fair of some sorts because I see a concession stand. And then there's this big tent over here. I don't know what it is. And it's got, what are they called? Porta potties. It's got those. So I'm guessing it's some sort of, like, fair concert. I wish I could do that. And you want to know why I can't? It's because I never learned how to tie my hair up. Because I did not have someone to teach me when I was younger. And also, I don't know. Like, I can tie my hair up actually now. It's getting a lot longer, but I'm gonna cut it again. I'm gonna cut all the extra hair back here. Like, I can literally put it in a small ponytail now. And, I think I'm just gonna try and put some hair down the front and get that trimmed so it can be like bangs, sorta. 'Cause I got a big forehead, okay? Yay, I'm jamming out to this music over there. I don't know what they're playing. Literally, like, it sounds like to me. I can hear it. I just don't know what they're playing. I don't know, maybe iHeartRadio's doing something over there. I don't know. Plus, there was one school that was actually performing the Little Mermaid musical, and I was like, I want to go see that. That would be interesting, because I love Disney princesses. I love them. Okay, and Ariel is one of my favorites. If I had to say who were my favorite Disney princesses, they would be Ariel, Rapunzel, and Mulan. They are my favorite. My favorite. And fun fact, when I was younger, I actually wanted to grow my hair really, really long. And then I was just like, man, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't think that's a good idea. That would be such a hassle that would be a hassle to have and stuff. Oh, they're playing Mr. Brightside! I recognize it. They're playing Mr. Brightside. Go! I like the Darth Vader cover one. I like that by Sub Radio. I think it's the band that did that cover. I don't know. Mr. Brightside. I'm actually dark, so. Go, you, dude. You sing great. I barely can hear, but. Yay! Hey, I don't have to pay. I can just listen here. And I got the nice cool air. And they're probably in that big, giant freaking tent. I don't know. Plus, I saw some cop cars over there. I don't see them anymore. I saw some lights, so. I don't know. But I don't know, just I feel like I'm growing up so fast. Like, I feel so old now. Like, my 3-year anniversary is coming up, and it's been 3 years since, like, lockdown had started. And I'm just like, lockdown is the same age as my channel, because, like, I started this because I was so bored, and, like, because I used this as an outlet for myself to, like, express my feelings in a way that I could. And I don't know, but and you know what was I actually have a very good story from my math teacher. He told me today. So his car broke down and stuff, and he was trying to get a rental car, and this was like 20 years ago, he said. So he had to have a book, like a phone book, and call all these ones. There were like all these rental places, and there were 6 of them. And he called, like, the one he finally called, like, answered. And the guy was like, oh, well, today's been a busy day, and I don't really have any cars to rent, so would you like to rent mine? And my teacher was so, like, surprised and stuff, but he was also kind of weirded out by this, but he took the offer anyways. And he didn't understand where this was, what the town was, where he was. I am repeating myself, I'm sorry. But apparently the town he was in was where Stephen King lives. And I was like, what? Man, I would have loved to seen that. And, like, even the dude was, like, so chill. And he was like, oh, you want to go see Stephen King's house? And my teacher was like, yeah. They drove past it. And it looked literally something out of a horror movie. His house was, like, he's described as blood red painted, and iron bars, and 2 posts. And on top of the post were gargoyles. And he was not joking, he said. He was not joking. And apparently, like, he's such a cool guy. And, like, he donated some money to a sports complex where it is. And there was this interview he told us about, and he was like, watched this interview about him. And he was like completely honest about this. And he was like, you know, if I did not write these books, I would have been in jail. And I was like, you know, I feel that because if I did not say anything about my depression or anything and express how I felt on this channel, I think I would be dead. That's just me being honest. Also, there's a lot of things that if I didn't do, I'd probably be in jail or dead. That car is still there. But that was a really weird, like, really cool story he told us. That was pretty interesting. I thought that he was in the town where Stephen King lives, and his house looks like something out of a horror movie. I was like, I want to see that. But he eventually, you know, got everything sorted out and stuff, I think. I can't fully remember the stuff he said. Because I got bad memory. Go you guys! I don't even know who the dude is. Like, who are you, dude? You know, I'm gonna have to search this up, like, later. And see if there was a concert or a fair here for some person. Hey, but I got the best seats ever. Like, I don't have to pay. I can just listen right here from the comfort of my aunt's car. Yippee-doo. I really don't want to eat my fruit snacks because I feel like I'm going to get even sicker. Because I had some Airhead bites and they were pretty good, but they made me a little sick. And apparently I owe my friend like $40, which I don't have because I'm broke. And I'm already trying to save up for a bunch of stuff. And it's like, why? And then she was like, well, you were hyper for a few days in a row because of that stuff you drink always, and I had to deal with you, so you owe me $40. And I was like, I don't have that money. And she's like, oh, well, deal with it. And then I was like, well, can't you at least bump it down like $8 or something? Because that I actually probably could do. She was like, okay. I was like, thank goodness. Like, I don't know. But right now my grandma's in the hospital again. She's actually been in there for like 12 days now, I think, maybe 13, which sucks. And what sucks even more is that because of the medication she's taking right now, in there, her teeth are getting rotten, her bottom ones. And she already has platelets and stuff, but they're so rotten that they're gonna have to pull all of the bottom teeth out. And I'm just like, okay, that's gonna hurt. And like, my aunt called my dad and told her, oh, well, she has to get all of her teeth removed and stuff. And might have to get some blood transfusions because her blood levels are a little low and stuff. And then he was like, no, that's not gonna happen. They don't even know what they're talking about. And I was just like, and I said this out loud, by the way. I said out loud, suck it up and deal with it. Hi, I'm live. I'm not dead. Don't worry. I know, some people wish I was. Actually, the whole half of the U.S. government probably wants me dead, so yay. I don't want to answer that question really, because I think if I answer that question, I'm gonna end up in a mental facility. So, but on that note, someone in my family would also end up in jail. Actually, 2 people would end up in jail. So, that would be good. But I was like, Dad, they're doctors. That's what they specialize in. They're supposed to know what to do. They're trying to make her better. If that's what they have to do, that's what they have to do. Listen, your mother is 68 years old. She is capable of making her own decisions. I think so. And this was like right when I was coming home. I didn't say that last part, but like right as we were coming home from the hospital from seeing my grandma for the 2nd time. But like, just because you had like a couple years of experience in EMT and you were Jeez. Thank you. I work hard. I work hard on them. It took me a while to perfect them, I know. And it also takes me like days and weeks to do a reaction because I'm depressed, and sometimes I'm just like, I don't want to do anything. I'm tired, and I'm just like, I kind of want to lay down and just stare in the ceiling. But just like, I'm tired of him and stuff. Like half the time it's like kind of all about him, and I'm just like, it's not all about you. It's not. It's about your mother, not you. And also, just because you had a little bit of experience in EMT and you were a police officer for a couple years, don't mean anything. You think you have all the knowledge in the world. Yes. I thought that lady was gonna talk to me. There was a lady coming by. I can't. Oh yeah, I had to do a presentation this week. It sucked because I'm not on medication currently. And I want to be, is the thing. I want to be. Badly. Because I have a lot of... No, I'm not at a gas station. I'm at a food store. Yeah. And there's a concert or fair going on over there. Nice. 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 Some cars back there behind me. I have the window open. It's hot in here. It's hot in here. It's not a McDonald's. It's a Gordon. That's what it's called. It's called a Gordon. And there's an iHeart radio station over there. So I don't know. But I don't know what I was saying. What was I saying? I don't know what I was saying. Oh right, my presentation. So I have like really, really bad social anxiety, and I have really bad public speaking stuff. And I was just like trying to get my support teacher to butter up my English teacher a bit, and yeah, I am from the U.S. Thank you, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I was thinking that too. But like, I have really bad speaking issues, and I was trying to get her to butter her up, but she was like, I want you to present in front of everyone else. And mind that my entire English class is like 17 people. 17 people. I wish I was there. I'm actually gonna move there. That or the UK. I haven't decided, but I don't want to be here because of all the government issues we're having. It's not fun, okay? I'll tell you that, you know. If you read up on a couple things that have been happening here, it's great. Land of the free and home of the brave. That's for sure. But like I was just like, I don't want to do this. Like And, like, I wanted my grandma to call her, too. But then my grandma called, and then she was like, oh, well, Sam needs to present in front of at least 50 people or more. And I'm like, woman, do you understand that my job is literally going to be sitting on a computer for 10 hours a day? Listen, lady, listen. I don't know what it is. It's not Joe Biden. It's not him. There was one thing from him. There was a couple things, actually. But it's mostly the state governments is what's happening that I'm worried about. Really? There's a lot of issues. There's a lot of issues I'm not going to fully explain. But just a lot of problems. But, it's just, lady, I'm gonna be sitting on a computer for like 10 hours a day, and I'm not gonna really talk to anyone. Listen, I can talk to a couple people. I can force myself to talk. But it's just like if I need to speak, like if I'm working a job and I have to say, oh, welcome to so-and-so, how I may help you? I can do that. But it's when it's like something like that, I don't really find a reason to speak. It's just like I feel eyes peering down at me constantly, like judging me. I hate it. And this was a procedure writing, which is like in writing instructions for something. And I decided, hey, why don't I do how do you make a movie? Or it'd be funny to, how about I do public speaking as a joke? And it's just like, no. And I did the movie one, and it was like at the end of class, and I went and I did it, and I went 5 minutes over the bell. My speech took at least 9 minutes to do, and I hated every second of it, because I was shaking in my boots, and I wanted to cry so bad. I just hate people. It's just like, and I was just like, it's kind of insensitive that you make someone do this, even though they have such an issue with people. Like, I get that you want us to be able to speak to people, but it's just like, I don't think it should be forced for some people who have really bad social anxiety and people who have huge fears of public speaking. Like, I don't have necessarily a public speaking fear, but there's only like 10% of people on this planet that actually like speaking in front of people. It's just like, And then there's people who have like general fears of it. And then there's people who just like, I just generally get major anxiety. I'm not afraid of it. I just have a lot of anxiety issues. I have fears. I have a lot of fears. But public speaking's not really one of them. That's just my social anxiety, really. And I actually have been diagnosed with that. And I actually knew I had it even before I was diagnosed. So I'm super smart. I'm a smart one. No, I even knew I had depression before I was diagnosed, so that's great. Oh, but yeah, it's just great. Great. I'm just trying to find something else. I don't know, I just also haven't been able to be sleeping. Haven't been able to sleep lately either. I've been having real issues with it. Like, cannot sleep at all. Literally. Like, it sucks. And it's like, I don't know what to do. Like, and also I was having like really, really bad dysphoria the other night, and I was just like, I can't sleep with my sweater on, and I can't sleep with my sweater off. What do I do? And I had the genius idea of just putting a pillow up against my chest, and it kind of worked. Though, it sucks. Yes, what is your question? I'm a bit afraid. Just a bit afraid. Just a teeny bit. No. Elizabeth right now she's turning 9. Chris is turning 7. Michael Cannonly is supposed to be 10 because he was born in 2010. In my AU, even though he looks like he's older, I've been trying to figure out like a reason for that, and I think my reason for that, I don't like that door. Do not like that door. I think would be is the experimenting he was subjected to when he was a kid made him age a little faster than he was aging, and it made him like mature a little bit more than most people, and made him look like he's like 15 years old, and him have like the brain of one too, which is weird. Yeah, you could say that in a sense. That's what I'm saying, but it's experimentation. Is because when Aoi had Michael, he had a birth defect because of his rotting skin, and a lot of people say the rotting skin is a part of when he was scooped. Not for me. I like to change it up a little bit because I'm like that. I think it's a birth defect he had, and and because they were kids, like they couldn't take care of him, so they obviously had to give him up for adoption because they were really young. Really young, that's all I'm gonna say, because their age gaps, it's complicated. It's too complicated. But they had to give him up, and like in that way, they found out about his rotting skin, and that his skin like rots a lot, and like it stops and goes away after a while, but like then it comes back. Dude, what is you doing? And they found out that, and they were like, let's test this child. Let's subject him to painful experimentation. And they did. And I don't know, they were trying to subject him to like new things they were trying to create and stuff. And one of them was a, age enhancing thing, which is completely different. Okay. But like it's like a William thing, but a little different. See, it's like William, but he ages. He ages. Okay, and with William, like he has a serum that he was subjected to when he was a child, and it only lasts for a few years. Which was why he stays so young in like physical way, but he acts older in a sense, because when they were kids, when he was younger, and like he looked like a child, but he was like 19 because of how he was subjected to all that stuff, and he had to age to get out of that stuff, and ran away and stuff, and like he aged a lot more, finally got to grow older, and that's why like you see him more teenage like when he's in high school, and then he starts to age more in the later now, but he looks like he's 20 when he's like 35. He's 35. And stuff. So, you know, it's like, well, yeah, but he ages. And with the rest of them, they don't have any testing. Like, my AU is so wild. I don't think barely anyone understands it. Can understand it. Because Clara and William in my AU never had kids. They didn't have kids. And I'm not gonna. And I did reveal sort of how Clara had Elizabeth. I did reveal that in a little meme. If you've seen it, you should have. If it was posted. But Chris, I'm not gonna reveal it yet. I want it to be a surprise. But Michael is the three of theirs kids. He has Garrett's blue eye, and William's brown. But he's obviously a little different than everyone else, 'cause he's got rotting skin. And everyone knows who Fuka's dad is. It's pronounced Fuka, by the way. It's Fuka. That's how it's pronounced. Go look it up. I'm not dumb. And Aoi is pronounced Ao-e. It's Japanese naming, okay? And he does have a dead name also. I came up with that, actually. Yeah, and it's also like, I get a lot of questions, and I'm just like, aren't Lizzie and like Fuka like step siblings? And I'm like, no, because in my AU, Elizabeth is not William's kid. She's not. He's her stepdad, but she just thinks of him as her dad because she does not know her dad, actually, at all. You know, daddy issues, you know, and Fuka is not even related to either Garrett or William in either way. It just Aoi. You know, Aoi's her mother in a sense. And it's like also like I don't get questions about it, but it's also like I feel like people wonder, it's like why do they call Aoi a mother when he's, trans and he goes by he him pronouns? And it's like, and I'm just like, well, because he's okay with that, because he's comfortable with that, because just like he's so comfortable with that, having that with him. Like Fuka's always called him mom, so like he's just used to it, and he's okay with it completely. I think. But it's also like but it's also like my logic doesn't make sense either in some of the stuff. I don't really have logic in my world in any sense. I try to keep things up to date, sorta, but also it's like I have a lot of time skips, which gets people confused a lot, and stuff. I think. It's also like I feel like people would ask like, why did James keep like Aoi's age a secret? Like, why did he do that? I'm just like, well, his whole family is immortal, in a sense, and they don't stop growing until they're in their teenage years. Around there, they stop growing. So Aoi's like stuck looking like a teenager, sorta. He grew slowly, I think, and he was sort of manipulated to think that it was only a year younger than Garrett, when he really is 4 years older than him. Yeah, that's true actually. But it's like I think that, because he was only 18 when he had him, and like, because of Cole like disappearing and stuff, like, they had to earn money for Aoi to be able to go to school. Which, do you know how much it costs to raise a child? Actually, it costs like $500,000 today. That's another reason why I'm not having kids. Yay. Nice tits, people. But like he kept Aoi in the house like the whole time. So like sort of manipulated to think he was just that age, I think. Which does not make sense. But to me it does a little. So, yeah. And it's also like, why did William like keep the secret that he knew Aoi and Garrett like their whole lives? And I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I'm just like, well, probably because like he made some bad decisions. Like he like messed up a lot, and like he felt super bad about like ruining their lives entirely. Like, listen, the three of them are like different types of depression. I swear to gosh. I was the one that you're like know entirely that he's suffering and he shows it. William's like the one he's suffering but he doesn't show it. No, they're not in my EU. It's just the main peoples, and well, the children are in my EU, but they're never seen. And then there's Garrett. They don't know he's actually suffering, and he doesn't show it. which is what I've been coming out with, like, a smiling depression, because that's what it is that he's dealing with, is smiling depression, which is a depression where someone seems super happy, and when in reality they're not. And I don't have that, obviously. I actually have severe depression. Yay. And like, a lot of the mental disorders that, like, my characters suffer from are actually, I sort of have. Like, I do possibly have ADHD, which I'm not diagnosed with. And Williams bipolar, my dad actually has. Both of my parents do have that. And that's why two of my characters actually have it, I think. And some of that stuff, like, a lot of people like to put, like, their own feelings into characters, and I love to do that too, in a sense. Like, it's like an outlet of sorts. I like to do it. And what the heck? I don't know, there's some banging going on. But, like, it's like, yeah, why did he keep it? Because he felt bad. He felt horribly bad that he messed up their lives. Like, if you really think, thinking about it, it's just like, yeah, like, he accidentally had a kid with them at first. He had Michael with them when they were young. I'm not gonna say what age, because people would freak out, even though they probably know, because it's on my channel and stuff. But it's like, he felt bad for doing that to them, I think. And just also, I think, because he was moving entirely, so he was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna get glitched or erase your minds so you don't remember me. But I'm not sure about Michael, because he was like a baby, of sorts. He was like a baby, so he really doesn't remember, obviously. And then with, like, high school, like, Aoi had a miscarriage, and, like, that really got him down the road of, like, oh no, it's happening again. I'm messing up with them again. I thought that this time everything was gonna be perfect. And, you know, Aoi then they all started to try and get over it and stuff. Finally, after, like, a couple of weeks, and then William, out of the blue, just mentions, oh yeah, guess what, we had a kid when we were younger. You guys don't remember, but I do. And they're like, what? And I'm like, if I was told that, I would react in a more intense way. Like, one of my friends, she told me that she likes me, and I was like, what? She's like, yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh. And, like, she even asked me, she was even asking me some sorts of questions, and she was like, oh, well, could you ever see yourself dating a girl? And I was like, no. And she's like, have you ever liked a girl? I'm like, no, not that I remember. I don't remember liking a girl ever. I've only remembered liking guys, that's for sure. That I know of, really. I don't know. But it's like, that's like the feeling that they sort of, you know, was like, what? Really? And so, you know, they took Michael in, like, initially, and found out the stuff that they did to him and stuff, which there's a video about it. There's a video about it I posted, and stuff. But and then all these government people try to come back after Michael again and try to experiment on him again, and they were like, oh well, what? And William took the volunteer to do this for them, and he erased their memories of each other and stuff again, because didn't want to come back, or them to remember the horrible things that he did or anything. I don't know. But then he left and had all the other crap and stuff, and then he finally met them again, and just were like, maybe this time this will be a better time than last time. And some crap happened and stuff, but it really wasn't his fault entirely. But he did feel bad about, getting Allie pregnant again for the third time. And them having a kid while they were just starting to date. And stuff. He felt bad about that, but it's just wow, I have a kid. And but then that stuff happened with Allie and his mind and stuff, which I actually have a Wattpad series about. It's the same title as my series. I don't know if it's Afton's or Afton Saito's. It's something like that. I don't know. It's either one, I think. I can't remember, okay? I have a Wattpad series. Actually. In progress. It's in progress. It's hard to write, okay? It's a good practice for me to start writing, okay? But yeah, that stuff going on with him. And then he got Allie pregnant again for the fourth time in a row. And this was without Garrett even knowing. And if you don't know, he was super mad. And he felt really bad about that too. And I was literally about to give up until, Garrett was like, oh, you know what? It's okay. I forgive you entirely. You're fine. And then, after Allie has his kid and stuff, well, Allie had his kid, and then they found out, they sped up the pregnancy, which was weird of me to do, actually, which was weird. And, then, they find out, oh, we knew William in high school, and we didn't even know. And then William tells them, oh yeah, well, I had to, erase your guys' mind because of some crap I did that was really bad. And, they finally, they had to go through all this process to get Glitchtrap back, because Glitchtrap was taken by the demon thingy, the female one, yeah, and they had to get him back, and, get their memories back and stuff. And finally we're able to. And they finally got him back and get their memories back and stuff. And they got their memories back and stuff, and were able to remember what he did. And they were just like, it's okay. You did a mistake. That's fine. He was like, no, it's not okay. And, started to have depressive issues and stuff, and blah blah blah, and was able to cope with it eventually. And and finally, a couple years, I don't know if they were married at this time, but they eventually did get married, I think. Even though they already had like already had like they had like 3 kids. Well, I only had like 4. I would have like 4. Like the relationships stuff is like so complicated for me. Like I would have to have a whole video, like a whole family tree dedicated to it to explain how complicated the family tree is. 'Cause it's so complicated. I don't even know where to begin. But it's like, yeah, like it felt super bad. That's why. But also like with his bipolar and stuff, like got super sad really easily, and he gets super angry really easily, and you know, because of like all that crap happening and him having to leave them really put his mood down. And you know, the only way he could cope was unfortunately drink and a lot of bad other stuff. Which, listen, in a sense, I like to make my character suffer, okay? I know that sounds bad, but that's just what I do. And my sister likes to kill them off. Sarah likes, well, my sister, she likes to kill them off, instead of me. Like, I swear, she killed off, like, a 17-year-old girl and, like, a 5-year-old girl in her thing and killed off a bunch of others, I think. And I was like, what the heck? My grandma's just like, that's messed up. And I'm like, Grandma, that's not messed up. You haven't heard of messed up. Yeah, I think their concert's over now. I mean, the lights are in there and some cars are leaving and stuff, so I guess their concert's over. Woohoo! I really liked listening to Mr. Brightside. That was real nice. You go, dude. You really good singer. I don't know. I don't know. But it's also like, like, I think the most okay character in the entirety, like, the only okay adult character, I think the most, not traumatized character, which they're all traumatized, I think is Garrett. I think he's the least. 'Cause he's only had, like, just a few things happen, you know. He hasn't had, like, big things. The only major thing that really affected him entirely was that his parents died in a car accident when he was 13, and then he had to fend for himself. So, really, that's the only bad thing that he had to happen to him, while the others had a lot of crap. They had a bunch of crap. They had very messed up lives. Like, he was the only one who actually had good parents, which is, like, sad. Like, oh yay, I have good parents. Oh wait, they're dead. They died in a car accident. it's like, oh well, that messed up. That's great. But I should have like streamed last week, but I was like so sad. And I was just so tired. I've been tired a lot. And I've been trying to get... I actually have a new reaction video coming out soon. It's coming out. And it's just like, why do I always put part 1 question mark on them when I know I'm not gonna make another one? But if I'm bored, I might. Oh, look at that! It's 40 degrees outside. That's what it says right now. Yeah. Also, it's 10:10 right now. Yay. But I should have, and I'm working really hard right now. I should be doing better things with my life, like study for my permit. You know, looking for a job. Doing a bunch of other stuff, but yeah, you know, I'm making YouTube videos. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing with my life right now. Yay. This is great. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get off, because I don't know when my aunt's gonna come back out. I'm tired, and I need to work on some stuff. So, hopefully I get something done and out. I don't know, it's been like 3 days since I posted something. But, you all have a good night, hopefully, wherever you are, or good day, or whatever. Make sure to eat, and drink some water, or whatever you want, coffee, drink whatever, just drink. Drink something, okay? No, not alcohol unless you are of age. I wouldn't suggest that. But just and get some sleep. Get some sleep. You don't have to have the required 8 hours of sleep. I know that for a fact. But get some sleep. Even though it's the weekend. and you can sleep for as long as you want, or stay up as long as you want. But good night, or good day to everyone. I will post soon, hopefully. Goodbye.